that the only mention of him tonight will be in the bio. There'll be a few more upcoming comments with Professor Barghazani. But first I'd like to begin by saying it's an honor to be recognized alongside the rest of this year's class, and congratulations to all of you for your tremendous accomplishments. I feel very privileged to be able to share a few words with you about my experience at UCI that impacted my path to being here tonight. First, it goes back to about 8 years old, when I would, at that time, dreamed of being inducted into the Hall of Fame. The NFL Hall of Fame, the Yellow Jacket. Well, it turns out it's really hard to make the NFL Hall of Fame when you can't even make weight to play Pee Wee football. So how did I end up here? Typically, a Hall of Fame inductee has been influenced at a young age, and I was as well, by my dad, a career McDonnell Douglas engineer. He had the pocket protector, the slide rule, the Apple II computer, and he loved engineering jokes, including this one here from my dad that I discovered. This is called the Universal Digital Calculator. It's a 5-digit calculator, and it is version 5.0. Phenomenal. Who wouldn't end up here after having a father like that? Of course, it takes more than just an engineering pedigree to be acknowledged for success and achievement. It is said that success is when hard work and opportunity meet. And I can see from the impressive bio list that we heard tonight from my fellow inductees that there was no shortage of hard work in their journeys tonight. And that was true for me as well. But what about opportunity? For me, I have long recognized that the unique opportunity and mentorship I had at UCI as a student was instrumental in preparing me for a career on the leading edge of technology. But making it through UCI engineering school wasn't exactly without challenges. I survived, although did not particularly enjoy, and maybe my other inductees had the same issue, survived without enjoying thermodynamics and physics, differential calculus, Schrodinger's equation in quantum mechanics, and the right-hand rule in electrodynamics, or electromagnetics, all before finally learning something really useful, like how to make LEDs behave like Thunderbird taillights on a breadboard in the lab, thanks to Professor Kurdahi in his class of Introduction to Digital Design. So digital systems, well, at that point I guess you could say the lights really turned on for me. And that's what I really started to enjoy engineering school at UCI. I was about a little more than halfway through. So at that point, I began to focus on digital systems and computer architecture, and that was my engineering focus. This led me to the introduction to Professor Barghazani and his graduate research work on processors and VLSI design. Professor Barghazani recognized my newfound passion and was able to bring me in as an undergrad into his research group to work on his program. I was enjoying that research so much that I decided to try to get into graduate school to continue my research there under Professor Barghazani in the graduate program. Well, he looked at my GPA, which fortunately at that point was starting to look like the stock chart of a Silicon Valley unicorn firm. And that was helpful, but he said, you're still really going to need to do well on your GREs to get in. I don't know if you remember this. But I had to take the GREs, and I was working really hard to get a good score. Well, the scores came back. We met in his office. He didn't really have a lot to say about the scores. And I got the sense, and I'm quite sure that Professor Barghazani had some convincing to do to get me into his graduate program. But fortunately, he was able to do so and was able to open up a path for me to start work very shortly after my undergrad program, begin work in the graduate program under leadership. So that group was a 5-member team, and we were working out of, I think, really a storage room that somehow Barghazati got a hold of, and we were on the first floor of the engineering tower. The storage room had a unplugged mainframe computer as a room divider, and some old sofas from the 70s, and a couple of Spark workstations. And that's where this 5-member team focused very heavily on their project of working on both the architecture and VLSI implementation of the processor. And at that point, we were working very long hours. Primarily, our motivation was that we wanted to get done in our master's program and not stay for a PhD. So the hours were very long, but fortunately for me, the office was in close proximity to my residence and married student housing at UCI. And that was fortunate because it allowed me to get home every couple of days to see my wife. But really, actually, joking aside, that really didn't happen until I started Broadcom. Then it was every couple of days. In graduate school, I still got home every day, pretty much. So Broadcom was, at that time, a startup in Los Angeles, or later, as I started Broadcom, it was a startup in Los Angeles. And that was a very challenging time, but what I was able to achieve with Professor Barghazati and his leadership, and with a tight group of engineers, was the successful completion of that program within the master's group. And we did deliver the first LSI silicon at UCI of a processor. So that unique experience directly enabled me in the early part of my career to go out into the industry and lead new chip technology developments. So I'm very thankful for that. There's a Chinese proverb that says, teachers open the door, you enter by yourself. So thank you, Professor Barghazati and UCI, for opening the door for me and providing not only the opportunity to pursue an advanced degree at UCI, but in doing so, providing a lifetime of opportunity. And in conclusion, I want to make a very special thank you to my wife for living in student housing, going on dates with me in the student center, and for all your years of love and support. Thank you and congratulations to the class.